There is no mention of or reference to Jesus Christ anywhere in the Hebrew Bible. Hey everybody, I'm Dan McClellan. I'm a scholar of the Bible and religion. Jesus didn't exist anywhere near the composition of the text of the Hebrew Bible. Now, the authors of the texts of the New Testament, and specifically the Gospels, told stories about Jesus in ways that were specifically designed to reflect first century CE understandings of what was expected by the original authors and audiences of those texts that can be understood to have a messianic expectation. But there's no case to make that those authors and audiences expected precisely what we find in the life and the mission of Jesus of Nazareth. The only case that can be made is that the Hebrew Bible plausibly leaves conceptual space to negotiate Jesus into some of those messianic expectations. Jesus can only be found by negotiating Jesus into the text. Jesus is not native to the text. And this is one of the main differences between a critical approach to understanding the Hebrew Bible and an apologetic approach. A critical approach does its best to try to identify and then leave aside the later conceptual frameworks and interpretive lenses to try to reconstruct the lenses and the frameworks of the original authors and audiences so we can most closely approximate what they most likely understood by their texts. An apologetic approach is not interested in what they most likely understood. An apologetic approach is interested in finding their ideologies and dogmas in the text, and so it must navigate around the data and find conceptual space to negotiate those dogmas in and say the data do not preclude us from finding what we want in the text. The data do not make it impossible that what we want to find could have been intended. But if we prioritize what the authors and audiences understood by these texts, then Jesus of Nazareth is not found anywhere in the Hebrew Bible.